Who's ready to try this smoked queso with Nashville hot flavored pork sausage? Come on now, this one's gonna be a good one. All right, let's prep some of our vegetables for our queso. I'm gonna start by de-seeding a couple of jalapeños and slicing them up. Yeah, I'm not gonna put but one jalapeno in it. I'm gonna save this one for something else. I'm using a can of hatch green chilies as well, so I don't wanna overpower it. Now let's prep a little cilantro. Now cilantro is totally optional if you're not a cilantro eater. As you can see, I like cilantro. I'm putting a good handful in it. You can put as little or none, it's whatever you like. Please make this queso your own. Some people say cilantro tastes like soap. I'm gonna disagree with that. I don't think it tastes like soap, but I happen to like it in my dishes. So I'm going with a little bit of cilantro in that. And get the rest of this cheese prepped and cubed up. We're gonna be ready to make some queso. All right, we're gonna do 3/4 of a pound of Monterey Jack. We're gonna do a block of cream cheese, and we're gonna do 3/4 of the Queso Blanco Velveeta. Now, if you've got some favorite cheeses you like, be sure to use them. You don't have to use Velveeta if you don't want to. That's completely up to you. All right, another thing we're doing totally different queso. This is the new Nashville hot Prairie fresh pork sausage. I know it's gonna create a unique flavor profile in this queso, so just give it a try. All right, we've got our Weber Searwood fired up. We've got it going. We've got our Yeti skillet on here warming up. It's been on here about 20 minutes. Should be hot enough. Let's cook some sausage. All right, we're gonna let that go a few minutes. Probably gonna take about 20, 25 minutes to brown that sausage all the way. A little bit of that smoke got in my eyes there. We'll be back. All right, we've been on about 20 minutes here, and we've kind of busted it up a little bit more, letting it cook. We're getting close to being done. Close. We're gonna get a little bit of grease off of it in oil. Not a lot on this Prairie fresh sausage. And then we're gonna start mixing some cheeses and onions in. All right, that sausage is still cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and get our diced up jalapeno and our onion in here. I wish y'all could smell this. Smells incredible. All right, we'll be back. All right, now that our sausage and onions and peppers have been browning a little bit, I'll be honest, I don't wanna mess my skillet up doing that in there and melting all that crusty cheese around and having to clean it. When I do queso, 9 times out of 10, I put it in a disposable pan. Brown my sausage, all that out here. I'm gonna get this pan on here just like this. So I've got 3/4 of a pound of Monterey Jack. Okay, and then we're gonna go 3/4 of a block, which is about, well, 1 1/4 pounds of Velveeta Queso Blanco cheese. Now we're also gonna do a block of softened cream cheese. And I'm gonna go ahead and kind of bust this up since I got gloves on a little bit, throw it around. I'm gonna use a little bit of our garlic jalapeno rub, and I'm gonna use a little bit of our chicken rub. Gives a good, real Southwest flair to this queso. Now we're gonna use it's a 6-ounce can of hatch green chilies, juice and all. Now we're gonna do 1 can of Rotel of your choice, if you want super hot, mild, Mexican style, whatever you want. Now, I'm gonna come back with about 1/2 cup or a little more of evaporated milk. Now, I like cilantro, totally optional, totally up to you. Now, while I let that start melting, I'm gonna go get me another good spoon and start dumping my beef over in the cheese dip. All right, look at our cheese and everything starting to melt. Let's get some sausage in here. Ooh, I wish y'all could smell that. Cheesy and delicious. Well, that cheese is coming together now, starting to melt. Look at that. Cheesy? Yeah, I think we are. All right, our Weber Searwood We've had our queso on right now with the cheese and all about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. We browned that sausage, onions, and peppers a little bit before that. You can see how the top is starting to kind of crust over from that smoke, turning that white cheese like that. Oh yeah, this is getting right now. We probably like about another 20 to 30 minutes on this queso. You want to give it about 2 hours total. But I know it's gonna be good. Y'all should smell it. That sausage, the flavor and all, and that Mexican vibe, lights out. All right, our queso, after we browned our Nashville hot pork sausage, has been on a little over 2 hours smoking, melting the cheese. It is done, it is finished. Look at that. Let's get this inside, transfer it to a new pan instead of all that crusty stuff around the edges, and get ready to taste it. All right, our smoked queso is off the grill. So we started off with almost a full log of Velveeta Queso Blanco. You can use the whole thing if you want to use it. It's completely up to you. We used 3/4 of a pound of Monterey Jack, a can of Rotel, a can of hatch green chilies, some chicken seasoning, some garlic jalapeno, chopped cilantro, a jalapeno, and also an onion. And we put it on our smoker. What's unique about this, we use the new Prairie Fresh Nashville hot pork sausage. Gives it a really unique taste. I don't want to compare it to chorizo because it's not as spicy, but it gives it a good flair and nowhere near as greasy, if that is a good explanation of that sausage. I really like the flavor of it. I have snuck me a bite of it outside, not gonna sit here and lie, but it's really, really, really good. We had a total cook time of about 2.5 hours total, and I'm tired of smelling this. Let's get in here and get a bite. Ain't but one problem I see. Should have made 2 pans. Woo! This is one of the best smoked queso dips that I feel like I've made, especially in a while. The sausage give it a unique taste. Like I said, I compared it to chorizo a little bit. Some people's probably gonna agree, some people's probably gonna disagree, but we're all human, right? You guys be sure to give this one a try. It's definitely going in my permanent recipe book as a rotation. You can always find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Pinterest, and of course, YouTube. We'll see you next week with another video.